During that interview, hopefully she can settle down and do what she needs to do on the lanes. As you can see, Liz Johnson, second year as a pro, 23 years old, from Niagara Falls. Liz also qualified fourth in her last stepladder finals, but wound up finishing fifth. So this is her second time in the fourth position, and she's not off to a strong opening start. Converts this sparrow. Good job by Liz Johnson. Opening jitters settle down quickly as she marks in the first frame. So now there's Yvette Smith who steps up. And her mother grabbed that flight from California to come here in Jacksonville, Florida. Flew all night to be with her daughter. And I think that's been a calming effect on Yvette. Not that she needs any calming down, but she gets out a little edgy on that interview, and she looks good on the lane.
Great opening shot. That, she has to feel good about that. She was nervous down there at the end, right?
You could feel her heart pounding, right?
I had my hand in her back, and I could feel her kind of shaking just a bit, but she took a deep breath, got up there, and made a great shot. Coming up a little high, leaving the 3-6. We just saw Liz come high in that same lane. We have to watch to see how they progress. If the lanes break down, then the 9 might be hooking a little bit more. I did talk to all of the players right before the telecast. Left side and right side all feel the lanes are much tighter than they've been throughout the week. But they do that to try to hold up under the lights so that they won't break down as quickly.
How strong is Yvette Smith? She's one of 4 bowlers this week who have bowled at 300 during this tournament. So she's one hot bowler here in Jacksonville, Florida, as Liz Johnson steps up. Now, this is her 3rd year on the tour. She's using a 15-pound ball. She already has 5 professional titles to her credit. Just her 3rd year on the tour, so ouch.
That's pretty amazing. She had 2 in her rookie year out in 96, 3 titles in 97.
Solid.
One of the real taps in bowling, a solid 8. The ball just driving a little bit too hard.
Liz said since winning back-to-back title events in 97, that being McAllen, Texas, and Memphis, Tennessee, she has lost 4 out of 5 matches.
Watch this lady. She has a 5-step approach, pushes the ball off on 2. Real mechanical, but she gets the job done. Gets the ball well out on the lane, and she plays a real tight, straight line into the pocket. She's so consistent. She can repeat shots, and she doesn't get in trouble. And take a look at her eyes. Watch, she draws a line. She's looking down the lane. Now watch her start to look in. Arrows, dots, foul line. That's how she draws in. She draws a line in her mind from the pins back to the foul line before she goes up.
And while lane 9 rattled her in the opening frame, she seems to have found the groove here in the 3rd frame. Yvette Smith likes to fish during her time off. She didn't get a chance to do that here in Jacksonville. But that certainly is a peaceful way to take your mind off all the pressures and tensions of being a professional athlete.
She's a very emotional lady. High again. Even the 3-6 right there. She may find that she's going to be able to throw harder. You know, I just asked her, she did like to throw hard. Last night she was throwing bullets down the lane, but she felt they were tighter. She had to go with some different equipment, and I think she's being new. She's not going to realize how fast these lanes will break down.
And she converts in the 3rd frame.
Yvette has a 4-step approach. Watch her move the ball. She's going to get it going before her feet start going. Look at this backswing. Ooh, that's low for her. She has slowed it down. Follows through straight up over her head. Nice extension at the foul line. That is considerably lower on the backswing than she was last night. She was all the way over her head with the backswing, so that's how you can control your speed. She's shown a little versatility here.
So Yvette needs to settle down.
Coming up light. I know the lanes are tighter for her, and you saw, but they did hook twice. She could probably go back to the ball she was using last night, get her feet a little right, and have a good shot. She's got a duller surface on this ball. She may have trouble getting it to hit.
This is only her second year on tour, but she's probably been in all of, what, 10 events. She hasn't really done a full season. So she marks in the fourth. We'll be back with more Liz Johnson against Yvette Smith as the Visionary Bowling Products Jacksonville Classic continues in just a moment. Welcome back to the Visionary Bowling Products Jacksonville Classic. And we've had some excitement while we were away.
Liz Johnson stepped up and struck in the fourth and fifth to take it to a 23-pin lead. But Yvette Smith fought back, striking the fifth, sixth, and seventh, bringing the match to all even. Right now, because of 9-pin counts, it's a 1-pin match. Liz Johnson leads by 1 pin. And talking about even, they tied in match play.
Doesn't get any closer than that. Liz Johnson on lane 10, 9-10, our television pair.
That's not good.
And both players have a little bit of trouble right here playing the same type of line. If they start the ball to the left too much, it hooks instantly. If they try to leave it right, it doesn't get back. Right here, she starts the ball going, actually right up the lane, but it turns over, jumps hard onto the nose. They can't seem to line up, get that exact fit. They can't really swing it to the right, but they can't start it too much toward the head pin. This is a tough spare. The ball is towing hard.
Open frame in the eighth, open door for Yvette Smith. And, you know, how does that happen? You see somebody with a 3-bagger like Liz Johnson has, 3, 4, and 5, strike, 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 and then they lose it. What happens? You think they have everything figured out?
Well, they're not exactly robots, so they're making little small changes on every shot. They're not perfect, and a small change right now seems to really affect the back end reaction on the ball. Mostly ball speed. She really was aggressive with her ball speed on that shot. It held line. We had talked about Yvette. One of those strikes, she came back, was a crossed over. She picked up her ball speed a little bit after that, and she seems to be okay now.
That was very obvious that she had started off with less velocity and then kind of got back into her own groove. What brought her here, and that was ball speed. She steps up on 10.
Running it out. We're going to see some emotion from her. This lady is very intense when she bowls. This shot straight up about the 6th, 7th board. A lot of speed, it's holding line, and it finishes dead solid in the pocket, and there goes Yvette.
So by 13 pins, Yvette Smith is in the lead. She moves over to number 9, and Liz Johnson is concentrating.
Yep,
She can shut her out right here with a strike at 9 pins.
Oh, no strike ball.
7.
I need to spare it up. She can shoot 215 with a spare strike.
There's her mother, Diane, from California. What a wonderful mom she is, too. She watches Yvette's children, her son, John, who's 9 years old, and her daughter, Brianna, who's 19 months. So it's a real family effort out here.
Yeah, they really help her out a lot.
Okay, she's working on that 215.
Say, well, the pressure's on Liz Johnson. We asked her how she likes pressure, and then we're going to soundbite where she says she wants it on her.
So Yvette Smith knows what she has to do. It's kind of the best of what you can do in a worst-case scenario. The best she can do is a 215, and she said she pays attention to that score, so she knows.
Right.
Right into the soundbite.
Can count important here because she can force Liz to double.
And she does. She gets
Several
the strike,
balls,
and now the pressure
Liz
is
Johnson.
on Liz Johnson. And we
to
spoke
double
with her
in
earlier
a
about pressure. She told us she thrives on it.
I've always been a type of bowler who's always liked pressure. If ever there was a shot that came down to myself, I always wanted to be the one to have to get up there and make the strike or make the spare, and this is something I've always thrived on and wanted to do.
The look on her face tells the story. Here's the pressure, and she responds. She saw she needed two, now she needs one.
She's been there so many times, not only professional competition, but amateur competition. She knows how to get it done. Look at this. Come on. Bring herself with self-talk.
I almost think she produces all that's misbehaving. Like, now you're doing it right. Yvette Smith can only sit and wait. And she does it! Liz Johnson punches out and moves up from fourth to possibly third, at least an opportunity to go there.
Well, she still needs to get...
I mean, technically 4
Right,
pins. I'm not
4
gonna-
pins,
Somehow
but-
I think she can do it.
I think it's pretty safe, but this lady, Yvette Smith, great performance.
What a week she provided here in Jacksonville. Everybody got behind her. She's such an emotional bowler. Like I said, she punches up.
That was a good match. If you like and subscribe.